It's mid-July, so I thought we would walk through. It's been about, I think, 2 weeks since I last made a little video. So I kind of love doing these videos now because it gives me a little vignette of the garden at a specific time. This is my gorgeous, amazing Double Delight rose. I saw that sometimes these roses come on trees in tree form. So I don't know, I would like a second one of these because it is just so beautiful. I don't even have the space, but if I could, I would like to get one. This is my cherry. We got a couple of fruit off of this one this year, so I think it's doing well. And I pruned it back and I just dropped the leaves underneath, but you can see how it just looks so much better after pruning. We will walk this way. You can see that my thyme is blooming. This is a variegated thyme and it's got these beautiful purple flowers. I'm hoping that this will slowly kind of spread and take over this area. There's some rosemary in the back, and then my strawberries are constantly trying to go everywhere, and I use them as a ground cover, so I just move them in the direction that I want them to go. I'm gonna have them take over the back here. This is one of my cuttings beds. So there's a lot of gladiolus in here that I've already cut and a bunch of chives. This is where I cut most of my chives. So you can see the empty spot is where I've eaten them. But they come right back, so they're delightful. And there's some lilies in here. I will probably put more bowls for cutting in here next year because I really, really love having these in here. The only thing I would change about this bed is that I need to put better support in here because the glads will fall over. But that's an easy enough fix. And then I have a winter jasmine growing in the back so that when these all die to the ground, the jasmine will still look nice. My strawberries are just crushing it. They're all done for the season now, but they're just gathering energy for next year. So we'll walk through the arch and come this way. This is this is marigolds that have gone crazy. My marigolds are wild this year, so you can see they're so pretty. I like the yellow better than the orange, I think, actually. So there is a rose right here. It just finished blooming. I just deadheaded it. Oh, there's a couple right here remaining. This is Old Wallerton Hall. Ow, just stabbed me. It's a really, really pretty kind of cream colored rose. And I'm hoping to train it up this trellis eventually and have it kind of go over this arch. So it's just starting to make some big canes that hopefully I can start training. I have a florist rose over here. This one is Beatrice. No, this is Constance. So Constance is a cuttings rose, and Constance is just amazing shape. It's like a wedding type flower, so very big, very full, really, really pretty. I've got some of my chrysanthemums growing. I'm gonna let them all flower and self-seed. I meant to grow a lot more of them this year, but I just goofed up the timing, so I'm just gonna let them go and try to get some seed out of them. But hopefully this bed will have a lot more of them next year. Over here we have Rhodall, really gorgeous rose. Oh, I need to put this back in. This bamboo stake broke, and so it's leaning over, and so the rose is falling over. I'll have to deal with this later because it's a little, like, this is too heavy for it probably. Let me see if I can get this in. Oops, so you can see the bamboo support is falling over, and you can't have that because then the rose itself will start falling over as well. It's really hard to do this with one hand. Let's see if I can. I think this is going to need better support than what I've got here anyway, so I'll fix that later. But you can, so I started fertilizing my plants, and the buds are crazy on them now, so they bloom so much better. Who knew, right? That if you fertilize them, they'll grow amazingly. So it's doing really well. It's blooming. It's gorgeous. It's got the most beautiful kind of light yellow cream color blooms, and I really, really love it. And then we come to my tomatoes, which have everything in this bed is just so big. I've got this Japanese onion, I think, enormous, absolutely enormous onions, with these really, really big, thick stems, like negi style onions. And then we've got tomatoes everywhere. Tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes. More beautiful, beautiful mumsies. Or not mumsies. These are marigolds, and they're so pretty. You know, I don't love having so much yellow, but they keep the bugs away, so I can't complain. And they bloom pretty much continuously. You know what? We're gonna walk down this side, and then we'll turn around and walk up the other side because it's a lot of work to do both sides at once. You can see my tomatoes are growing. I think this might be, well, let me just check before I say. This is Juliet. So one of the earlier tomatoes, somebody recommended it to me. This is another cutting style rose. This is, you know, I had a tag for it and then I lost the tag for it. I'll have to look it up, but it's very pretty. I really like it. I just cleaned up the back. This was full of weed. You can still see that's still there, but I'm gonna kill it with some glyphosate because it just keeps coming back. I put in a new bed right here because I added this arch, and this arch is lit at night, so it's beautiful. I don't know what I'm gonna do here yet. I'm just gonna leave it empty and leave my options open. Maybe bring some more flowers back here because there's not a whole bunch. And again, we'll walk up the other side in a second. This is cranberry, high bush cranberry. I don't know how to grow cranberries, so we'll see. Hopefully I only need one plant because if I need two, I'm in trouble. Thornless blackberries, they are really, really good. So good. And they're all sweet now, delicious. I've also been fertilizing these bushes to try to bring a little more fertility here. Yeah, I put in some glads in this bed. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. It's not, don't do it. But the glads are still blooming, so I don't think they're long lived here. I'll probably transplant them at the end of the year. But you can see I've got raspberries still, a couple raspberries. The red ones are still here, but the golden ones are pretty much done. So they are, you can tell the ones that fruited, the fruiting canes from this year are yellow, and they're starting to pull back all the energy from these branches. So these are going to turn yellow and they're going to die, or at least look pretty sad. And then all the energy will go into the new canes, which are these ones, and these ones will fruit next year. And you can see there's still, you know, a little bit of flowers and a little bit of fruit. There's one right there. That's pretty good. You can see them. These ones are really, really good. They've produced and they're done for the year. I have two of them, both from Costco, both amazing. So yeah, they're just, you know, these branches look raggedy, but that's just because they're old. And then all of the new canes are there and they will grow. And then this area is just my shed. And then we come to my messy food forest over here. So this is all berries. There is some goji berry there that's very unhappy. I don't know how to take care of goji berries, so they're just there. There's strawberries. There's blueberries all over. Lots of blueberries. There it is. Oh, and some of these are already being attacked by the birds, So I've got to harvest these, but these are monstrous size berries. Like, look at these. Crazy. They're huge. So, berries, honey berries, which are super tart, actually. Let's see if there's any left on the bush. No, they're kind of wrinkly now. I think they got dehydrated. I didn't do a very good job with harvesting these, but you know, they're really, really, really tart, and I just don't know what to do about it. They are beautiful though, so I'm keeping them because I love that they just look so good. I'll keep them for now, and then we'll see. More blueberries. So I wanted this to be a kind of low-lying forest vibe, and I think I've got the vibe. So lots of blueberries still on the plant, need to be harvested. We just harvested the front, and so we haven't gotten to the back yet. And then there's a white currant back there. I see some currants, but it's really hard to get back there. Let me see if I can get back to it. Oh my gosh. It's hard to see, but you can see some currants back there. I'll probably harvest those later today because I gotta harvest these blueberries anyway. So this is all blueberry and chives and strawberries and just a lot of stuff that's low laying. This is the red blueberries, and they're really pretty too. So doing well, everybody's growing. And then on right here we have a fig that is producing baby figs. Actually, the baby figs are growing really, really fast, and I need to bag all these because I don't want to lose any. But these figs, they're not ready yet. So give it some time and it'll be ready to go. You can see how many blueberries I have. Just, they're kind of everywhere. So I gotta keep them covered. And then these, again, I should have put something to hold them up because all of this type of flower, right, like gladiolus and anything of this structure, they fall over really easily. And then this is my peach tree that I have pruned, I think since the last time that I did one of these videos. I pruned it, so I thinned it way out and really tried to limit the number of big branches, you know, the scaffolds, so that they could fruit lower and keep the tree more airy so that it doesn't get sick, because I really don't want it to do that. This is the pear tree, and it's doing pretty good. It's got fruit this year. The fruit are about maybe an inch across now. I don't know. It's a combination pear, so there's several different types of pears on here, and it's the first time it's fruiting. It's probably too small to be fruiting, to be honest, but I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. And then back here we have the sage, which is constantly crazy. Bay tree, which I pruned way back because it was just too much. I can't deal with it. And berries, and then I pulled out all of the parsley, although the parsley is constantly trying to take hold. In my apple that you can actually see now, and the other fig. And my alpine strawberries, which are growing everywhere, but you can see the little fruit, really cute. They're all super delicious. They're much better when you leave them till late in the season like this, because they produce much sweeter fruit from the additional sunshine, and they're kind of everywhere. I just let them go, like you can see they're everywhere. But I like them. They're a great ground cover. The weeds don't get in there. I get to eat. I have nothing to complain about. If the birds want to get them, go for it. I don't cover them or anything. Okay, here is this is Abraham Darby. It's not a climbing rose, but David Austin stock roses can be trained to climb regardless of variety, I believe. So I'm going to try to have it climb this trellis, at least partially. And then I do have some space to the side of it if I want to put in additional pots. I haven't yet. It also doesn't have irrigation running to it yet, so I need to go fix that, but that's a pretty easy problem to fix. I'll probably do that later today. This is my this is a persimmon tree. I've pruned it to keep the sides short, and I'm letting it grow up, and then I'll prune it back as well later in the fall. It's got these really cute branches. I really like the structure of this tree, so it's doing really well. Down here I have some Gotu Kola that I'm trying to grow. It's been really hard to grow these, so I don't know, it's fussy. I transplanted one that looks really sad, but this one's doing okay, so hopefully they'll at least do all right. And you can see my jungle of strawberries that are here. But you know, these ones produce pretty early in the season, but they'll have berries through the entire summer, unlike regular strawberries. You can see that I threw out slug bait here to try to keep the slugs down a little bit because it's crazy in this area. But you can see strawberries, and the bag of wood chip there, or sawdust thing, is just to provide some shade because it's hot. It is hot as heck out here. Okay, we got some sunflowers that are still babies, so I don't know how big they'll get. I planted these very late, so these are much later than the ones in the front of my house, and that was just my attempt to succession plant. It's, you know, mid. I don't think I'm doing a great job at it, but I'll take it. And then, oh god, I still have all of this, I think it's dog, right? I don't know. It's gross. I hate it. It's everywhere. Look at these. Look at the taproot, right? It has like, look, it has like, what, 2, 3? This thing has 3 leaves on top, and the root is that long. So it's very, very invasive. These are zucchinis. I have 2 of them, and I don't think I have any female flowers yet. So these are still producing just male flowers, so they're too young to produce fruit yet. So no zucchinis yet. This is an herb that we grow for Vietnamese food. This is called Kinh Dơi, and I like it. I started these from a grocery store bunch, so pretty proud of myself. And this is a parsley that's self-seeded again. Just a nightmare of parsley around here. That is a type of alocasia, I don't know, but we eat it. It's called bạc hà. It's too small to eat. I have to wait for it to get like way bigger than it is, but that's what it is. And then this is unused basically right now. I need to just pull stuff out. Some of it has seeds, so like right here, I don't know if it's visible, but maybe like that would help there. So this is parsley, and it's just going to seed, and I collect sorry, that's cilantro. I collect the cilantro seed every year, so I just leave it. It looks ugly, but it gives me seeds, so I really can't complain. And then in here I have more raku. I planted it in 2 different places in case one of them failed, and both of them have taken, so I'm pretty stoked about that. One thing I don't love about right here is that it's just a bare fence, and I don't love the view. So I might try to figure out, this is one of the areas that I really want to rework in this garden, is to figure out how to make this spot in particular more beautiful. Yeah, but it's okay. It's productive. This is my cherry that was really struggling earlier in the year. And then the ladybugs moved in. You can see some of their leftover shells when they turn into adults. So the ladybugs moved in and just completely cleaned out this tree. There are no more aphids on this tree. Yeah, I mean, you can see, like, even the leaves don't uncurl, but there's nothing left on the tree. They have completely eliminated all of the aphids, so it's the best. Oh, I have a little birdie that's jumping around. So this is my main courtyard area. It's a little messy because we had 4th of July here, and I've been moving a bunch of stuff around, so but we can take a look over here and see some beautiful hydrangeas that are here. My jasmines that are going to climb this arch eventually someday, starting to produce new growth, so that's good. There's another fig. This is Violette de Bordeaux, yeah. And you know, I'm just waiting for it to get big enough to fruit, basically. I had a gardenia here and I did a bad job, so we'll see if the gardenia comes back. I've been watering it, hoping it'll come back. Thyme and jagged. This bed is really messy, but I'm letting it go. This is rhubarb, gigantic rhubarb, and then I gotta show you peas that really need to be pulled out and just chucked on the ground right here, frankly. And Ermagerd. That is my purple artichoke, which is starting to open. So the choke is starting to open up and it's starting to bloom, and soon it will be beautiful and in the sun. And then I've got some ground cover rosemary. I really like it, even though it's getting a little crazy. I might transplant it, but I'm worried because it's so big now that I don't know if that's a great idea. Okay, so we're back to the rose area. This is my roses. It's getting really big, so almost to the top of the arch, and I just need to strap them in. Still beautiful as ever. I love this one. That's Lady of Shalott. And then Tess is over here, and Tess is just as tall. It's a little different growing habit. You can kind of see this one is very leafy, and then this one is a little sparser, but it's doing well. This is some mint that's not looking so great, but I'm just going to cut it down. They're starting to get powdery mildew, so I'm going to cut it all down and then have it reflush. You can see I started to cut some down already, and so it's starting to reflush, so I just need to cut all of this like right to the ground, and it'll flush right back up. This is my fish mint that's looking so good. It's so beautiful. I wish I could put it out in the yard, but this is a monster and it must never touch real soil ever. It will absolutely take over everything. I've actually thought about maybe putting it in here, but I'm afraid it'll escape and get everywhere. So I'll think about it, but I might put it into here at some point. This one is a Tiffany rose. This is one of the older ones here. Tiffany has this pink, it's a hybrid tea, so it's got these weak floppy stems right now, but that's just because it was transplanted this year. But Tiffany has this pink with a kind of a light yellow center. I really like it. And then let's see what else. Queen of Sweden bloomed, but I cut off the bloom because I wanted to look at it inside. And then it's got some new buds. This is a Savannah. Savannah is really small, but I totally scored because somebody was getting rid of their fully grown Savannah. So I have a massive Savannah in the front now that I need to give it a little bit of TLC, and then it will grow up. Oh, there's mint back here that's starting to bolt and go to flower, and I'm also going to cut these right to the ground. So that's part of my chore for this weekend. This is Sentimental. This is a variegated rose. It's really pretty. It's not in bloom right now. I have 2 blooms from it, and then now it's just flushing out this new growth. This is one of the unknown varieties that I rescued from the weird guy. It's got these really cute leaves. It's a red rose, super fragrant, old style garden rose. Oh, and there's a little dragonfly right there. It's so cute. Okay. I think this is another one that I don't know the variety of. Yeah, there's no tag, so I don't know the variety of this one. So I'll have to see. But Abraham Darby is next to it. This is my second Abraham Darby. I love Abraham Darby. And so I decided to have 2. I'm going to train it to climb this as well. This is Eden. Very small, but everything is growing and putting out new growth. So they're just small. It's their first year with me. So a lot of them are, cuttings and tiny. This one's really cute. It's a climber too. It's called Hancian or Hancian. And I thought this was a Joseph's coat, but maybe it's, I don't know. It could be one of the Proven Winners roses, potentially. I'm not really sure, but it's really pretty. It's a mini climber, smaller rose, doing really good though. Excuse me. This is Beatrice. Beatrice looks nothing like what I thought it would, so we'll see about Beatrice. It's turning out totally white, but I thought Beatrice is supposed to have a yellow center, so maybe it's just too young to produce, the right colors. This is Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth is a hybrid tea, and I've never seen it bloom, so we will find out together. There's 2 of them in that pot too. The person who sold it to me had them together, so it was impossible to separate them. All of these are doing well, but as you can see, they're small and they're not quite blooming. Except for this one, Perfume Breeze. So florific. Just beautiful. And it just makes these big bunches. It's going to climb all the way up. It's a very vigorous climber. And so it should climb all the way up. And you can see it's got just blooms everywhere. Getting ready to pop again. So it'll get there. And that one's not blooming yet either, but also a hybrid tea. So I'm trying to get a mix of climbers and hybrid teas so that I can have some that are more for display and some that are more for climbing. But I'm so happy that I did this area because there's bamboo right on the other side. And this gives me the opportunity to really, use up the sun without doing too much care, I guess, for a full garden. Anyway, we've come full circle back to Double Delight. So I'm going to say bye. Bye.